Alright guys, we're back again. I made a part 4, but I think I'm just going to include this weekend into that, because it's kind of back and forth a whole lot. So I guess hopefully I'll use some of that and then you'll see what I did last time. But as of right now, I just smooth all this and this. I'm not even going to bond on any of that. It actually looks pretty good. I'll put just a tiny bit there after my rocker's on. Right now I'm just going to hit it with some weld through primer. I'll do the same to here. I know these aren't the correct things, but I bought some square nuts and I'll weld these on like so. It should be good enough. I still have the original one back here, the square plate, and I think it's on that side too, but the front one over there and then this one are both no good. So I just bought some of these square nuts, weld 3 of these on, got some new bolts. It just kind of ties it all in together. So yeah, once I get that on, I will get this primed. I'll do that off camera. My rocker's not here, but I'll get the outer rocker on hopefully this weekend. This is all got to be cleaned up in there. I just had to custom make all that, which actually turned out pretty good. Still have to make this. I'm going to cut more of that out, piece that all in. Still potentially, I've probably said it 30 times, but cut over to here, down. I'll get that done, and then once the rocker's on, that floor's done. I bought the back part of the cab here, so that we got that in. We got the rail supports. They're both there. They're just sitting inside of each other. So yeah, then we'll come to the back once the rocker's on. I'm using the original cab corner to butt it up against to help me line the back up. I do have marks, but it's just easier since I saw the cab corner there. I'll get the cab corner, and then once that's on, we'll get this piece. This piece. Sorry, that was probably pretty loud. But yeah, this piece will go right here, and it basically is half the cab. So, I don't know how bad it's actually going to be. I might not need all of this, but I would like to clean up in here. I just have a feeling that it's just going to be bad. It might not be bad, because that would be a lot to patch in. So, we'll see when we get there. I'll probably cut a little more out, just a little bit. And I guess if it's not too bad, I'll just clean up the outside and, you know, maybe use some of this lip over on that side. Because that cab corner, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but you probably can't, but that cab corner sticks lower than this lip, so I gotta fix all that over there yet. So could potentially still use this over there, but that'll be probably tomorrow, maybe today. We'll see how far we get, and then once that's patched and all that's in, I might also get the outer rocker. And then once that's done, then we can pull this cab, flip it up, and get the underside. I'm also, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, you can kind of see a little dimple there. So they have little dimples that go down, and the other side was like it too, but it's sitting directly on the support rail, which is right here. So this one I smashed with a hammer, but I'm gonna just cut a square out, patch a piece in, but that side never smashed down, so that floor is kind of bowed up a little bit, which I don't like. It's not too bad, but I'm still going to cut it out and I'll just patch a little square in on both of those, but might wait for the cab to be on its back. We'll see, just because the support rail is literally right underneath that, so could be a mistake for me, probably me, could be maybe just the actual floor pan isn't 100% correct. Probably me though, more than likely. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on that. I'm gonna spray that with some weld through primer, that, and then the 3 holes. I'll get those square nuts tacked on and then start working on the rocker. We're just tacking these square nuts here. It's a little harder than I was expecting, like it's cold, but it's working. Just had to turn the welder up a little bit. And it's definitely going through. Hopefully it'll hold. It's not like these are going to be reefed on or anything. It's just to tighten everything together. So. Alright, after a bunch of sanding, drilling, and getting some primer and weld through primer on, we're self-tapped in. Self-tapped over here as well. The top of this is in line with my mark, and this one is in line with my mark over there, which is good. That means the door should close, but we're gonna, my dad helped me, we're gonna get the door on here. Make sure it closes. I'm gonna make sure I can get the fender. I'm gonna try and get the fender from down below, and hopefully I can mock that up just to make sure that goes on. I think it'll be okay right here because this is like perfect without even doing anything. I think this will be lined up, but I think this might have to be pulled out or pushed in, whatever. But first we're going to try the door and see how the door fits, and then as you can see it's rainy and crappy out, so I got to run down to the barn and try and find a fender. So I'll try to record also when I weld this in, and this rocker will be done. And, that is a big chunk, and I will be very relieved when that's done. So I'll be back in just a minute for you guys and get started on this rocker. Now, let's get her done. Back here. I'm gonna notch this right here, and then I'll push this piece in a little bit. I'm gonna weld just right here. Then I'll tap this side down, and then I'll weld 1 or 2 of these, and then I just got to fill in that with weld. And that's pretty much what I got to do on the other side as well. Just a couple, 2 times, and then I should be good. That's got to be sucked in just a hair. It's all looking really good. I'm very happy with this. headed to weld these little seams up here. So far it looks okay. I mean, there's gonna be some grinding, but I won't worry about making it look pretty yet until I do some body work, or at least when I get some metal in there. I'll grind it down and just probably have to weld again, I'm sure. But that is probably not for today. Maybe for tomorrow, we'll see. Yeah, I'll clean up a little bit too. There we go. Okay. That rocker's done. Gotta weld all that still. Grind it down, weld it a little better, but that one's not so bad. But this rocker is in. Now it is the next day here. Worked up throughout the night a little bit, and I just couldn't see anymore. And I had a buddy over, so I just didn't record any of it. Just kind of got this prepped, just painted, and I still got to do the bottom right down here, so I have to do that with the weld through primer. But I'm gonna get that after. Rockers got primer on it. I put 2 layers primer. Possibly a little overkill, I don't care, but I'm gonna do the Eastwood internal frame stuff. Just going through this hole, get as much of that as I can, and then I'll do cavity wax after that. And hopefully these are fine, and I would assume they will last a very long time by doing that. This rocker is in. I'm very pleased with this. Very solid now, obviously. It's looking really good down here. It's lined up really well. It's flush here. I got this line perfect right there, and then that's good right there. So, kind of just waiting for some paint to dry on that side. And while I do that, I think I'm gonna start cutting this cab corner out. It's already drilled out. I think I need to drill one more hole here, but then cut across here, and then this should pull out, and then I'll start mocking up this new cab corner. Yeah, we get the cab corner, and then I believe that brings us to here. A little more than that, I think. And then once we do that, probably still gonna wait on that for right now. I'll do the rocker and then probably get to that, because I want to clean up back in here, and still debating how much of this I actually want to take out, because I want to clean this, and I don't know if I just leave it. I just know it's gonna rust out at some point. So I don't quite know what I'm doing there. It's still solid, but maybe I'll clean it up from the back and then just see how it looks. Let's go from there. I don't want to cut. I really don't want to do all that. It's a lot. It seems slightly unnecessary because it's not bad metal. So we'll figure something out. But for now, yeah, I'm gonna get that side over there just ready. I'm gonna get the weld through primer painted, let that dry, and while that's drying, come over here and we'll get this cab corner started. Perfect, nice clean line. Right up to the top. I'm okay with that. So right there lines up good. Except I'm gonna have to notch some of this. As you can see, this tab right here is definitely too wide because there's it hitting. So you can see the gap there, and that's not going to be bonded. I think this has to be notched a little bit. Also, it could potentially be hitting the corner on the new outer rocker. No, I think it just needs to be notched. Oh, might be hard to pick up on the camera, but I think it's actually really wide right here, and then a little skinnier up here. Not a big deal. I just gotta grind out this middle section. So I think I'm gonna mess with this for a little bit, then I'll get the camera set up again. I wasn't gonna record this, but just in case anybody wants to see. So that's how much I'm gonna take off to that line, roughly. This is like 3/4 of an inch up here and down here, and this was like, almost an inch. So gotta notch that. Just using this. These work great. Bought a whole pack of these, and I like these more than grinding discs. They work very well for this type of stuff. So I'll just probably put this on a little time lapse and just get this notched, and we'll see how she fits. Wasn't trying to go exactly on my mark. That's pretty good. It's actually nice and straight, kind of. No, actually, that's pretty good. I should bolt the center, and the upper needs just a sliver taken off. It's almost. See, I think now I'm gonna probably take my mark off that I made. I'll get this mark off, and then it should be good. Smidgen off the top, and this should be perfect. So yeah, now this, it's gonna go up just a sliver, this cab corner. I mean, that's pretty close for what we're trying to do right now. So that's touching, that's flush. And then when you push the top in, now there's no more gap there. I might even have to take a little more off for when I actually cut this, because right now it's resting on this. The old cab corners, I'm pushing it out a little bit, and this is pretty close, and you can see the factory one. There's a nice little gap there. So I think I might even take a little more off, and then yeah, I think it'll be good then. Okay, so I got this cab corner stitched in. I had to work this corner here, but I got it. It's actually really nice. I'm very happy with that. Just stitched all the way around. This cab corner is so much better now. That one actually went on really nice, but this part was wider, so the back here it sticks out. This is exaggerated, and with Bondo you don't see it, but it essentially was out because this corner was so wide, but it was fine. So you can't even tell over there. But anyways, that's stitched in. Came out good. It's flush down here, flush with that. So this looks good. And on this side, the rocker's just self-tapped in. But it is flush here, and then there's a nice gap with the door here. Trying to get the camera there. But yeah, there's a nice gap down here. Door sitting pretty much as good as it's gonna get. But yeah, it's sitting good. We're gonna get the welder set up here, and then throw a couple tacks on, and then pull my screws out, and then I'll make sure it's still good. And as long as she's still good, we'll fully get this rocker in. So I'm gonna get everything set up, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna start just throwing one tack here. One there. Show you where we're at so far. My GoPro's about to die, so I probably won't record too much more, and I don't have any other batteries at the moment. But yeah, basically I just welded these, plug welded them, and then once the metal was hot, I just hit it with a hammer, and it's all pretty tight along here now, all the way around that corner. So that's all plug welded. There's that really beautiful one since I accidentally went over it again. Just made it way worse. But You get 4 welds up here. That one's ready to go next, but yeah, I gotta cut like so, and then once that's cut, I'll mash that over, and there's a pretty big gap over here too, so I won't record any of that. Kind of wait on that, and then yeah, I'll record later once I finish a good chunk of this. Well, I'm just gonna do a last update here. I'm gonna finish this before I take off, but cab corner is in fully. I grounded down. Just a light filler of Bondo. We'll fix that. Finish that up. I decided not to go that whole distance. That's just too much work. It's really solid under there. So yeah, I just patched in that little piece. Couple gaps there. That's okay. But she's welding in. So I'm just gonna finish that, and then I'll be done. Be done for the weekend. I went from the rain to the blizzard, so no body work today. Very cold now. But yeah, feeling pretty good. We got both rockers done. Yeah, both rockers are done. We do still have that floor piece there, but that's gonna be for next time. And then once that floor is in, I think I just want to. It's very ugly. I want to just kind of chop out a little 3-inch piece right there, and then use some of that new metal from that one over there, and I'll just make a new lip, weld a new lip in. Just like I said, little piece. That's easy enough. Yeah, and then obviously this is all gonna be saved for a later date. That'll be once the whole underside is done. But yeah, we'll be starting on the underside once that's done and that's done. We'll be starting on the underside. We'll get the underside done. Piecing those support rails. We're gonna get it Raptor lined. Yeah, and then once that's done, we'll flip her back over and just start working on these. This is just kind of bad right here. It's through. So yeah, that's bad. And you can see it's just kind of, these are going to be pinholes, I'm sure. Probably all along that top there. And then just, I don't know if I even got that in the camera. All up here, pinholes. And then just miscellaneous, like the screws that had the little custom chrome decal, wherever those are. There's screws here and there, so just patch that and little things like that, and then yeah, she's getting there slowly. So, oh yeah, and forgot about that's the next major part that's got to be fixed. Is up there. If anybody's done one of these, I'm just debating on welding in these seams. I know they're supposed to be seam sealed, but would it be better to seam seal it or just weld it while we're here? Because I mean, you have this one, that, and all that, which they don't look too bad. But if you go on the other side, there's a pretty big gap right here, and I don't like it. So I just feel like welding would be the better way to go, but maybe not. Or maybe I should just seam seal it. I don't quite know yet, but if anybody has any insight on that, let me know. But I am going to call it for now, and thanks for watching. I'm just going to call this part 4 because I ended up making 2 videos into one. So thanks for watching part 4, and stay tuned for part 5.